Bridgepoint and Spinergy Stone Care Solutions is proud to present Stone Care Simplified. Bridgepoint Spinergy pads were created for stone polishing to remove the risk and difficulty of traditional polishing methods. Bridgepoint Spinergy chemicals were created to provide a stone care solution that would stand alone, to take stone care to the next level, and, combined with the Bridgepoint Spinergy pads, result in Stone Care Simplified. In creating the system, we subscribe to the Bridgepoint model. Any new product or service introduced must require a reasonable initial investment, be highly profitable, have easy and readily available training, and be easy to perform. I think you'll agree that we have hit the target on all points. You see, in the past, stone care has been a specialty field that required a great deal of training and experience. The chemical products included some strong acids which could be dangerous to the flooring, surrounding surfaces, and furnishings if not used with great care. These outdated procedures and chemicals were slow, messy, and exacting. Mistakes could be costly. The Spinergy system is a real breakthrough. If you are already familiar with cleaning procedures for tile floors, then with this video and a little practice, you will be able to start work on natural stone immediately. You will learn what you need to know to handle 80% of the stone situations you will run into. We will explain the few situations that Spinergy system won't take care of, so you know what to look for. As you progress, you will probably want to move to a more advanced level, where you can handle virtually anything the world of stone can throw at you. Let me start with an overview of what you will learn. There are several types of stone that you will learn to clean and maintain. We will teach you about marble, limestone, travertine, terrazzo, and slate. These stones are used for floors, countertops, and shower and bath enclosures. You will also learn about stone surfaces that require special equipment and training for polishing, but that still need routine maintenance. This video teaches how to polish these stone surfaces to any level of shine your customer desires. You can even improve on the factory shine if you wish. Using Spinergy Stone Care Solutions, you will learn how to clean, maintain, and protect all stone surfaces. Let's begin with an overview of what you will learn in this Spinergy training video. The topics we will cover include stone identification, grout identification, preventive maintenance, routine and daily maintenance, restorative cleaning, sealing and protecting, potential problems, and light restoration. Before cleaning or polishing your customer's surfaces, you need to be able to identify the surface you will be working on. This will help you determine what method of cleaning or polishing to employ and prevent you from possibly causing any damage to your client's home. We will cover how to identify different stone and grout types. Let's start with stone identification. To understand which products and procedures are suitable for various types of stone, and to discuss your client's needs intelligently, you need to be able to identify the various types of stone you will encounter. The geologist divides stone into three basic categories: sedimentary, metamorphic, and igneous. We'll discuss how each classification is formed and take a close look at stones in each category that you'll encounter. Sedimentary stone can be formed in 3 ways. Small particles of stone are forced together under pressure. It's rare to see this type of sedimentary stone used in flooring. The bodies of countless marine organisms settle to the ocean floor. As layers build up, pressure increases, pressing them together into stone. Some limestone is formed this way. Sometimes you may even see evidence of shells in the stone. Most flooring cut from sedimentary stone falls into this final category. Various minerals become dissolved in water. Stone is formed when water evaporates, leaving the minerals in it behind. Travertine and some limestone are in this category. Now let's take a look at 2 popular stones from the sedimentary classification. Limestone is a sedimentary rock composed mainly of calcium carbonate. Limestone is one of the softer stones used for flooring, but it will vary in hardness depending on the deposit it is quarried from. On floors, it often has a tumbled or honed appearance. Harder limestone can also be polished to a low gloss or satin finish. Limestone is sensitive to acids and can be scratched by abrasive soils. Travertine is composed of calcium carbonate, the same material as limestone, but it has been formed by water moving underground, including hot springs. Water movement and gases present during the formation of the stone create numerous voids or holes of varying sizes. A polished travertine will have the voids filled with either a color-matched resin or cementitious filler. This can result in a blotchy appearance. Over time, fillers may come loose, allowing the voids to fill with dirt. Additionally, it is important to remember that due to the calcium carbonate content, travertine, like limestone, is acid sensitive. Now we'll talk about metamorphic rock. Metamorphosis is a change, like a caterpillar changing into a butterfly. Heat and extreme pressure, plus the addition of new minerals into the mix, changes the sedimentary stone into metamorphic stone. Marble is the most common metamorphic stone. It is used in flooring, walls, and countertops. Slate is also metamorphic, but very different from marble. Now we will take a look at more details about these 2 examples of metamorphic stone. Marble is also a form of calcium carbonate, the same main ingredient as limestone and travertine, so marble is also acid sensitive. Marble is characterized by veins, bands, and swirls of color, where various minerals are mixed in. In general, most marble is slightly harder than most limestone or travertine. Marble can be polished to a high gloss. Marble is easily scratched by abrasive particles. Cleaning does not remove these scratches. Slate is another metamorphic stone, but it is formed from clay, like ceramic tile. Because it contains no calcium, it can be cleaned with acids. Slate is a silicate. Silicates are a large group of minerals that all contain silicon and oxygen. The majority of the Earth's crust is made of silicates. Slate is said to be foliated, meaning it divides into thin layers or sheets. It has no natural high gloss. However, bold, dramatic coloration is possible, and a color-enhancing seal helps the natural colors of the stone spring to life. A drawback of slate is that it can develop efflorescence easily because of the high content of clay that holds moisture. This is a potential problem, especially in wet areas. If your client prefers not to use a color enhancer, a good quality impregnator sealer should be applied to protect the stone, the grout, and to provide durability. The 3rd geological classification is igneous rock, stone formed from hot, molten material known as magma deep in the earth. This molten material may or may not erupt through the surface of the earth. Now we will look at examples of igneous stone you'll see in homes and commercial locations. First, we'll take a look at granite. Granite is extremely hard and often given a highly polished finish when used inside a building. Granite is also popular for the exterior of buildings. Granite is a silicate formed by volcanic action. It is acid and scratch resistant. Because it can stand heat and abuse, granite is an excellent choice for countertops as well as floors. Granite is classified as homogeneous, oriented, or veined. This refers to the pattern of minerals within the stone. Granites that show more directionality are usually more porous. Even for less porous granite, a water and oil resistant sealer is recommended to prevent stains and discoloration, especially when it's installed in places such as kitchens or bathrooms. Let's move on to serpentine. Serpentine is another igneous stone formed from volcanic ash and composed mainly of silicates. A high magnesium content is responsible for the green coloration. Serpentine will take a high polish like marble. It is often sold as a type of marble in flooring stores. Even though it may be called marble, serpentine has a different makeup and is maintained differently. There are two other types of flooring that you may be asked to maintain and where Spinergy products will be useful. The first of these is flagstone. Flagstone is a term given to almost any kind of stone cut into thin, irregular shapes. Flagstone is commonly sandstone or another silicate. Flagstone is frequently used for sidewalks, entryways, patios, pool decks, and so forth. Flagstone cannot be polished or ground. It should be cleaned and sealed. The second flooring type that we'll discuss is terrazzo. Terrazzo is composed of marble chips in a cement or resin base. Terrazzo floors that were poured prior to the 70s usually have a cement base. During that decade, manufacturers began the transition to epoxy resins-based terrazzo, which is the most popular today. The marble chips, the cement, or the resin may be pigmented to provide color and patterns. Marble chips can range in size from a fraction of an inch to as large as several inches. A great advantage of terrazzo is that it can be ground, honed, and polished, much like marble. It is more durable and more easily repaired than marble. Instructors, pause here to show the various stone examples and how to ID the stones visually by scratch tests and the acid test. Now that you understand the different stone types, let's move on to grout. Grout is the coarse mortar poured into the joints between stones or tiles to fill them and consolidate them into a solid mass. You should also be able to identify the two most common types of grout, cementitious and epoxy. Cementitious is porous and needs to be sealed. Cementitious grout may be either sanded or unsanded. Cementitious grout can be modified by adding latex or epoxy, but it is still cementitious grout. Epoxy grout does not need to be sealed. Occasionally, you may encounter some specialty grout products such as furan. They will not provide a challenge to your cleaning. There are several different textures of grout. The most common are sanded, lime, and Portland cement-based cementitious grout. Cementitious grout is used for ceramic, porcelain, and setio. It has a rough texture in most cases, but it is available in smoother textures depending on the grit size of the sand used. Unsanded cementitious grout, that is, grout without sand, is less common. It is used on bathroom walls, countertops, or where the sand may scratch stones such as limestone, marble, and travertine. Grout lines will be narrow, 1/8 of an inch wide or less. Epoxy grout can be recognized because it feels flexible, like soft plastic. As a test, epoxy grout can be cut. A knife would only scratch cementitious grout. Epoxy grout resists stains and cleans easily. Epoxy may be found on counters in food service areas, restrooms, and hospitals. Epoxy grout is available in a variety of colors. Installations using epoxy grout are considerably more expensive than cementitious grout, so you won't see it every day. An easy way to tell cementitious and epoxy grout from each other is to try to cut it in an inconspicuous area, as shown here. Cementitious grout will be dry and powdery. Epoxy grout can be cut like plastic. Now that you can identify stone and grout types, we will move on to the steps in cleaning that are important to properly maintain these surfaces. We will discuss preventive maintenance, routine and daily cleaning, and restorative cleaning. Now that we have learned to identify the surfaces we'll be working with, let's look at the various maintenance services we can offer, beginning with preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance is extremely important. You should teach your customer that abrasive soils are damaging to stone surfaces. Stone floors come in varying levels of hardness, and most of the preferred floors can easily be scratched and worn from abrasive soils. A great deal of damage can be prevented by using walk-off mats. Different types of mats can be placed both outside and inside of entry areas. Some mat styles remove large particles of soil, while other mats remove smaller particles and moisture. Mats should be long enough that they ensure most soil will be removed even if people don't stop to wipe their feet. This requires 12 to 15 feet of matting. Regular dust mopping, sweeping, or vacuuming of the floors will catch abrasive soils that the entry mat misses. This step alone can help a great deal with a customer's satisfaction with this floor and with your service.